11, that's March 11, we had a profit of 9.9 million, but look at the price of fuel, 64 versus 87. So fuel, which is 41%, 42% of our cost, has a significant bearing on the financial position of the business. And even with it increasing, we've shown this dramatic improvement. This is the same result, the 3.6 million in quarters. The first quarter, our loss was 10.4 million versus last year 11.9, because we only started implementing the network reorganization and all those steps. It started having effect by the second quarter, where we've seen a loss of 6.8 become a profit of 1.2. And you can see 118% improvement. The third quarter, a loss of 3.6, a profit of 6.1, a 269% improvement. And for the last quarter, the loss became 0.5 compared to 6.9 the year before. If you add that up, 10.4, 1.2, your 6.9, sorry, your 6.1 and a 0.5, that's your 3.6 million. This is the accountant's version of the income statement. And as you can see, total revenue went from 456 to 455, stayed flat, but costs went down from 485 to 459, an operating profit position of a loss of 29 to 3.9. And there's the 3.6 after a small fuel hedging gain. EBITDA. EBITDA is used by bankers and other financial institutions to assess your profitability before interest, charges, tax, and the amortization of aircraft. And it's a very important measure in the airline business. And the ideal level for EBITDA is to be 15%. If you have a 15% EBITDA, you're with the best in the world. And you can see in these quarters we were very good, then we had the loss over here, and now it's back to 12.4 and it's improving. So we're very pleased that the financial measurement that bankers use, we're progressing back to the right level, which is 15%. Year 2, as you heard the chairman say, this is the year we're targeting to restore profitability. The year started on the 1st of April 2013 and ends on the 31st of March 2014. And providing the fundamentals, the operating conditions don't deteriorate, we're targeting to restore profitability. And those fundamentals we've worked at in our numbers and projections and estimates is the euro exchange rate to the dollar at 130 and fuel price at 111. Strategic partnership. We added a step 8. Those of you that attended this presentation a year ago, we said to you that one of the additional tasks we would undertake is to try and establish if we can find a strategic partner who may want to expand or invest equity in the business, shares in the business. We're still busy with the process, it's work in progress, and the benefit we expect to get from this initiative would be assistance with aircraft acquisition and further revenue enhancements and cost savings. We are in the process of following up a number of opportunities with this, and it's still work in progress. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see the dramatic improvement in the business. From a loss of 29 million to 3.6 million, as a result of the steps we've taken, it's working. And providing the operating conditions don't deteriorate, we're comfortable that this new year we should see ourselves restore ourselves to profitability. But this doesn't just happen like that. This is as a result of the ongoing support we get from our customers, from the great job the Air Mauritius team of people have done in very difficult times to restore the business back on the path of recovery. So I'd like to take this moment to thank our shareholders, our customers in Mauritius and worldwide, our employees, the government of Mauritius and all our partners in the industry and the public at large for their great support throughout this past year that was a challenging year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andre. So, if you have any questions, we will take some of them, and afterwards break for a cup of coffee. Any question?
Une question à M. Thomas. On a posé un tableau très positif des affaires de la compagnie. Et quand on compare 4 à 5 années de cela, et on compare pour 2013, il y a maintenant moins d'arrivées touristiques, le taux d'échange n'a pas amélioré, il y a toujours le prix du baril qui est en hausse. Mais comment vous expliquez que vous faites du progrès? Qu'est-ce qui n'avait pas marché auparavant?
Vous posez une question à l'époque où je n'étais pas là.
Oui, mais quand vous êtes venu, vous avez fait un constat quand même.
Écoutez, vous avez pu voir même dans la présentation quelques slides qui ont démontré qu'il y avait la gestion des coûts. Il y avait des éléments qui sont d'abord en dehors de notre contrôle et qui fait qu'il y a eu des décisions de hedging qui a fait que les financiers ont beaucoup souffert et le business model n'était pas adaptable aux exigences qu'il y en a aujourd'hui. Donc la raison pour laquelle il a fallu emmener des experts pour nous aider. Et ces experts sont venus avec ce plan de redressement. Ce qui fait qu'aujourd'hui, nous allons vers les recommandations, l'implémentation des recommandations. Et on voit déjà des résultats qui sont très positifs. Maintenant, il ne faut pas oublier que la compétition est venue beaucoup plus accrue. Et aussi, on avait desservi certaines destinations où, avec le type d'avion que nous avons et avec le prix de fuel qui grimpe, les 4 moteurs sur ces destinations n'étaient pas rentables. Et quel est l'autre facteur qu'il faut avoir? What is the other factor you need at least to break even? On the sector. Il fallait au moins 70% pour pouvoir faire un break-even sur ces destinations qui étaient très heureuses. Et aujourd'hui, vous voyez, on a 6 destinations. Et ce sont des initiatives comme telles qui ont fait que la performance s'améliorait et il y a eu un redressement par rapport aux années précédentes.
Donc vous êtes ce moteur qui a fait depuis très longtemps.
Moi
ouais.
Non. Je suis là pour présider le conseil d'administration. Mais il y a tous ces gens autour de la table qui sont presque les mêmes personnes qui étaient là avant. Et ils font un travail formidable. Et il y a d'autres challenges encore à surmonter. Mais je ne peux que donner le support et aussi l'orientation et surtout le support du board, du conseil. Et aussi créer une entente entre le management et le board pour qu'on puisse aller dans la même direction. Non, je n'ai pas le magic wand. Donc, ouais.
Est-ce que le hedging d'il y a quelques années pèse encore lourd sur les finances de la compagnie d'aviation?
Et c'est quel?
Oui.
Oui. C'est comme ça qu'on a eu à diminuer nos réserves. Et naturellement, quand vous avez des réserves qui ne sont pas saines, vous avez à à contrôler le truc et ne pas dépenser là où il en faut.
Il faut savoir le montant qu'il reste à payer.
Non, c'est déjà payé, il y a pas besoin de cela, c'est réglé.
Considérant le poids de fuel dans votre groupe, soit 41%, est-ce que vous pouvez dire que c'est le single factor that will can impact most on your results?
Oui, d'ailleurs 41%, ça veut tout
Any
dire.
change,
Ça veut tout dire.
up or down will definitely.
Bien sûr.
Maintenant, et considérant le taux de change, la parité de l'euro-dollar qui tourne actuellement autour de 1,32, est-ce qu'on peut dire que c'est à votre avantage et pour l'avenir?
Plus ça monte, plus c'est.
Plus c'est mieux.
Plus ça monte.
1,32 is convenient now.
Because it will reduce our debt.
Vous savez pas, nous avons travaillé sur un simple de 1,30.
Oui,
C'est qui a ça?
c'est pourquoi je vous demande.
If we don't have any more questions, I will invite you to. Yes, please.
There was a plan of moving to Plaisance Airport. Is it still in your plan, strategic plan, to move to Plaisance Airport?
Yes,
For business?
Yes, but we're first going to build a facility out at the airport for us all to move there. And the idea was that we were going to sell this building and then build and move something there. And we're still in the process of negotiating with some interested parties to buy the building. Once we sell it, we'll then build something which could take a few years. So it's not a plan that will be put in place tomorrow, it's over the next years.
And the one of selling one old aircraft is for sale in the last year of selling one aircraft.
You know, selling one off like that, it's better to do a package deal with either Airbus or Boeing for the replacement of all the aircraft and make it part of that deal. Selling one-offs never work. So we said to ourselves, we've got some spare capacity, but maybe we can get rid of one aircraft, but as it turns out, we're now using it on Shanghai and Beijing, so we don't have a spare. And it will now be part of a fleet replacement rather than selling one aircraft.
And what have been the last measures you have been taking concerning security?
You want to do that? There's a difference between security and safety.
Security.
You want to talk about safety?
About
Safety, not security.
Monsieur,
Yeah, both safety and security.
les deux.
C'est pas tout à fait pareil.
Oui, c'est pas pareil, mais les deux sont importants.
Bien sûr.
Now I think this slide says it all, that safety of our passengers and of our crew is our topmost priority, and we are highly regulated. As an industry and as an airline, we have safety standards that are strictly regulated for us by, as you can see, the Mauritian Department of Civil Aviation, the DCA, by IOSA, which is the IATA that do regular audits, and the European Aviation Safety Agency. And we fall under those regulations, we audit it, and we are stringently controlled through it. And safety is our top priority. So when you say what measures are we taking, the measures are we comply with strict regulations. And it's a focus and a culture in the business that we keep driving. And the last point says it very well. Occurrences happen. You cannot fly every day and never have an occurrence. But when they happen, the culture that airlines use is to take occurrences, deal with it, and learn from it. So, and that is also regulated how you do it and so forth. And we have an impeccable record as an airline.
Plus the regular seasonal pilots
Yes, then there's training. Mr. Chairman will talk about that. You want to talk about it? We ensure that our pilots every 6 months are relicensed. So their license only lasts 6 months, and every 6 months they go through training, simulator checks, and they get relicensed. So we're very rigid and stringent in safety standards in this business, and it's our utmost and top priority.
Il demeure que very often there are certain things which are reported in the press without having all necessary elements, especially when they are technical. But flashing these things in the newspaper is damaging to us. And this is not true. Unfortunately, there are some people who don't have all this information. They publish this information, which are damaging. It's good you ask this question.
So thank you all for coming.